In the shadows where truth and tales intertwine, we find the thrilling, the chilling, the downright spine-tingling. From the paranormal to the peculiar, every echo has a story. Dare to delve into the unexpected, the unexplained? Brace yourself, for you're about to embark on a journey where fear meets fascination. Stay tuned if you dare, for stories that will make your heart race and your mind ponder. Welcome to the realm of the eerie, the realm of the unknown. And remember, like and subscribe, if you dare. Have you ever pondered the existence of the unknown, the unproven, the creatures of folklore such as Bigfoot? This isn't a tale of the Loch Ness Monster or the Yeti, but of a creature that has long held a firm grip on the human imagination, Bigfoot. This elusive creature, shrouded in mystery and a sense of the uncanny, has been a part of folklore since time immemorial. Its existence, however, remains a question that continues to baffle and intrigue. Is it real, or is it merely an embodiment of our collective fears and fascination with the unknown? Stories have been told, sightings claimed, but concrete evidence remains elusive. Yet there are those who swear by their encounters, their experiences so vivid and detailed that it's hard to dismiss them as mere fabrications. One such man was William Roes, who claimed to have had a face-to-face encounter with this elusive creature. Could his account hold the key to this existential question? In 1955, in the vast wilderness of Mika Mountain, Alberta, Canada, Roes' ordinary day took a turn into the extraordinary. William Roes, a highway worker, set out on a brisk autumn day, his heart filled with the anticipation of a quiet, peaceful hike to a nearby mine. The air was crisp, the sky a canvas of vibrant blues and whites. The towering pine trees swayed gently, their whispers carried by the wind, creating a symphony of nature's tranquility. Roes' journey was not an unusual one. He had made this trek many times before, each time relishing the solitude and the majesty of the Canadian wilderness. The mountain was an old friend, its trails familiar, its secrets cherished. But on this particular day, the mountain had a new secret to share, one that would leave an indelible mark on Roes' life. As he moved further into the wilderness, the atmosphere began to change. The air turned colder, the silence deeper. It was as if the mountain itself was holding its breath, waiting for something. A sense of suspense hung heavy in the air, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. Roes, however, remained undeterred, his mind focused on reaching the mine. He was a man of science, not given to flights of fancy or superstition. Yet even he could not shake off the feeling of being watched, a sense of being observed from the shadows. But he dismissed it as the product of an overactive imagination, attributing it to the quiet and solitude of the wilderness. Unbeknownst to him, his logical mind was about to be challenged. His belief in what was known and understood was on the brink of a seismic shift. For he was not alone on that mountain. A presence lurked in the shadows, an entity unknown to science, a creature of legend and lore, a creature that was about to step out from the realm of myth and into Roes' reality. Little did he know his life was about to change forever. As Roes moved deeper into the wilderness, an unusual figure caught his eye. It was an offbeat silhouette, a disruption in the forest's harmony that sent a shiver down his spine. A figure, tall and broad, was visible in the distance. It was hunched over, engrossed in its own world, oblivious to Roes' presence. The shock froze him in place, his gaze fixed on the creature, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. The figure was covered in a thick, shaggy coat, the color of the earth blending seamlessly into the wilderness. It moved with an uncanny grace and strength, an embodiment of raw, untamed wilderness. Roes' heart pounded in his chest, the blood rushing in his ears as he held his breath, fearing the creature would sense his presence. As the creature turned, Roes got his first clear look at its face. It was a chilling sight, a visage that straddled the line between human and animal. Its eyes, deep and intelligent, held a sense of familiarity that was deeply unsettling. Its features were strangely human-like, the forehead broad, the lips thin, and the chin pronounced. This was no ordinary beast. It was something far more complex, far more extraordinary. The realization hit him like a bolt of lightning. This was no figment of his imagination, no trick of the light. He was staring at a creature of legend, a creature that was supposed to exist only in myths and folklore. His heart pounded in his chest, his breath hitched in his throat, his mind reeled with the enormity of the revelation. This was Bigfoot, the elusive, the enigmatic, the legendary creature was standing right there, in all its formidable glory. In that moment, Roe knew he had encountered the legendary creature Bigfoot. Roe, rooted to the spot, observed the creature with a mixture of fear and fascination. His heart pounded like a drum in his chest as he took in the sight before him. He described the creature as being tall and powerfully built, its body covered in a coat of thick, dark fur. Its arms hung long, reaching nearly to its knees, and it moved with a grace that belied its size, a fluidity that seemed almost human. As Roe continued to observe, he noticed the creature's face, a face he would later describe as hauntingly human-like, a visage that would become etched in his memory. The creature's eyes were dark and deep-set, its nose flat, and there was a noticeable absence of hair on most of its face. Its lips were thin and its mouth wide, revealing a set of white, perfectly shaped human-like teeth as it chewed on the foliage around it. The creature, seemingly unaware of Roe's presence, continued to move about, its actions deliberate and unhurried. It moved with an air of confidence, of belonging, like it was part of the very fabric of the wilderness. Roe was struck by the creature's dexterity as it used its hands to pick and eat berries from a nearby bush. Its fingers were long and slender, tipped with sharp curved nails that glinted in the crisp Canadian sunlight. Fear gave way to a sense of wonder as Roe watched the creature. He was captivated by its human-like movements and features. He felt a strange kinship with the creature, a connection that made it impossible for him to view it as a mere beast. It was at this moment, as he watched the creature, that he felt an overwhelming sense of empathy. It was as if he was looking into a mirror that reflected a primal, unspoiled version of humanity. Roe's rifle, forgotten in his hands, became heavy, a symbol of the divide between him and the creature. For a moment he considered raising it, considered ending the creature's life. Yet, as he looked into the creature's eyes, he saw a spark of intelligence, a spark of life that was eerily human. He found himself unable to pull the trigger, unable to end a life that seemed so intricately connected to his own. As Roe watched, the creature ambled away, disappearing into the dense foliage from whence it came. He was left standing there, the echo of its presence lingering in the air, the image of its face imprinted in his mind. Unable to pull the trigger of his rifle, Roe found himself captivated by the creature's human-like features. The encounter left Roe with more questions than answers, questions that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Questions about the nature of the creature he had seen, about its place in the world, about our place in the world. And while the answers to these questions remain elusive, William Roes' detailed encounter continues to captivate and intrigue us all. When Roe emerged from the wilderness, he carried with him an unbelievable story. His decision to share the encounter was not without hesitation. He knew the skepticism he would face, the raised eyebrows, the incredulous stares. Yet he also knew he had seen something out of the ordinary, something that defied explanation. His story, rich in detail, stirred a wave of disbelief. No footprints, no other witnesses, no physical evidence. His account was the only testament of the encounter. There were those who dismissed his tale as a mere figment of an overactive imagination. But there were also those who listened, who gave him the benefit of the doubt, who pondered over the existence of the unknown. Roe's story did not just fade away into the annals of forgotten tales. It sparked interest and curiosity among a select few who were intrigued by the possibility of the existence of Bigfoot. They sought to dig deeper, to validate his claims, to uncover the truth. One such individual was John Green, a journalist who took Roe's story seriously. Green, impressed by the detail in Roe's account, decided to investigate. His research led him to Roe's employment records, confirming that Roe was indeed working near Mica Mountain in Alberta, Canada, at the time of the encounter. This gave Roe's story a degree of credibility. Furthermore, Roe swore out an affidavit in Canada to the truthfulness of his story. To Green, this was not a trivial matter. It demonstrated Roe's conviction and his willingness to stand by his story, despite the skepticism. Recent researchers even found the mine Roe claimed he was hiking to and a meadow that matched his description, adding another layer of intrigue to his story. However, despite these affirmations, Roe's story remains unproven. No evidence has been found that conclusively proves the existence of Bigfoot. Yet, Roe's account continues to fuel the debate, to stir our curiosity about the unknown. While Roe's story remains unproven, it continues to fuel the debate about the existence of Bigfoot, the mystery of the unknown that still captivates us all. And so, our tale of the Campfire Horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The campfire horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us. Until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.